Generosity has always been a fundamental practice for those who understand the art of cultivation. Generosity, dana, is also a practice through which one accumulates merit by benefiting and accomplishing welfare for others, ultimately seeking liberation. In Theravada Buddhism, generosity, dana, is also a means to overcome personal stinginess and greed, thereby preventing poverty in future lives. In Mahayana Buddhism, generosity, dana, is connected with the teachings of great compassion and loving-kindness, and is used for the liberation and salvation of sentient beings. There are many methods of giving, but when the term giving is mentioned, the first thought that usually arises in people's minds is money. However, the Buddha's wisdom extends far beyond this. In the Samudharajasatra, the Buddha compassionately expounded 7 methods of giving without wealth, requiring no monetary expense, yet capable of accumulating boundless merit, thus illuminating a broad path to liberation for practitioners. Then, what is the profound excellence of these 7 types of dana without wealth? What kind of Buddha power do they embody? How will it transform our lives? Let us delve deep into the scriptures together, exploring the wisdom of the Buddha and opening the door to enlightenment. The first is the gift of sight, dana of vision. The offering of the eye does not refer to the physical cornea of a sentient being's eye, but rather to the light of compassion that illuminates the hearts of all beings. The Buddha teaches us to look upon our parents, teachers, and all sentient beings with a pure and benevolent gaze, approaching them with eyes of loving kindness. We should steer clear of contemptuous thoughts and instead warm others with a look filled with care and understanding, which in turn illuminates ourselves. The eyes are the gateway to the soul, and the gaze reveals the mind's intentions. A look filled with hostility and anger, like a sharp blade, wounds others and also corrodes one's own spirit. The gaze filled with compassion and kindness is as gentle as a spring breeze, warming others and purifying one's own mind. The Avatamsaka Sutra states, "The mind is like a skilled painter, capable of depicting the various worlds. Our mind is like a masterful artist, capable of portraying all phenomena in the world. And our gaze is the brush. The way we gaze upon the world is the very way the world reveals itself to us. When we view the world through the eyes of compassion, what we see is a vision filled with hope and light. The true essence of the I consciousness lies in relinquishing discriminative attachment and viewing all sentient beings with an equal mind. Regardless of whether others are poor or wealthy, healthy or ill, good or evil, we should regard them with compassionate eyes, understand them, and offer our help. This is not condoning evil, but a respect and trust in the inherent Buddha nature present in all life. In the Shurangama Sutra, the Buddha teaches that the act of seeing, the conditions for seeing, and all imagined phenomena are like flowers in the void, ultimately possessing no inherent existence. What we see and think of are like flowers in the void. They do not truly exist. The I consciousness precisely helps us transcend these illusory appearances, allowing us to see the essence of things and recognize the inherent Buddha nature within all sentient beings. The merits of the I consciousness are inconceivable. The Buddhist scriptures state that after the poet's future lives, by giving up and accepting bodies, one attains the pure I, will become a Buddha in the future, and gains the divine I in Buddha I, which is called the greatest supreme good fortune. This means that through the development of vijnana, consciousness, we can not only attain pure eyes, but also acquire the divine I in Buddha's I upon becoming a Buddha in the future, enabling us to perceive all truths of the world. The second is the gentle and amiable verse. A gentle and pleasant demeanor involves facing others with a smile, treating them with a mild and friendly attitude. The Buddha teaches us to always maintain a smile, to resolve conflicts with a smile, to convey warmth with a smile, and to inspire others with a smile. An ancient master once said, "The true fire within the heart can burn through and perfect spiritual attainments." A gentle and amiable demeanor is like cool and sweet nectar, capable of extinguishing the fire of resentment and nourishing the spirit of virtue. A sincere smile speaks louder than 1,000 words of explanation. It can dissolve barriers, shorten distances, and build trust, like the gentle spring breeze that nourishes all things silently. In interpersonal communication, a smile is the bridge of connection, the bond of friendship, and the remedy for resolving conflicts. The Platform Sutra of the Sixth Patriarch states, "The nature of the self contains the great benefit of all dharmas. All dharmas are manifestations of the self-mind. A gentle and amiable demeanor is the outward manifestation of the innate luminous nature, naturally expressing the tranquility within the heart. When our hearts are filled with compassion and joy, a gentle and approachable smile naturally emerges. This kind of smile not only spreads joy to others but also purifies one's own mind." The Vimalakirti Sutra states, "When the mind is tranquil, the land is tranquil." A gentle and pleasant demeanor is precisely a manifestation of inner tranquility. When our hearts are filled with compassion and joy, a gentle and amiable smile naturally emerges. This kind of smile not only has the power to influence others, but also purifies one's own mind. The merit of a gentle and pleasant demeanor is equally inconceivable. The scripture states that sentient beings in the future will relinquish their physical bodies to attain exquisite and wondrous physical forms. Upon achieving Buddhahood, they will obtain pure and radiant bodies. This is known as the second great blessing of wisdom. This means that through gentle and kind speech, we can not only obtain a beautiful appearance, but also attain a golden Dharma body when we become Buddhas in the future, adorned with supreme and wondrous dignity. The third is the poem of beautiful words. Good speech refers to speaking kind words, wholesome speech, truthful words, and beneficial language. The Buddha taught us to avoid harsh speech, divisive speech, false speech, and abusive speech. Instead, we should use words of praise, encouragement, consolation, and teaching to build harmonious relationships and sow the seeds of goodness. The Nirvana Sutra states, "The mouth is the gateway to both calamity and blessing." A single harsh word, like a sharp sword, wounds others deeply and may ignite endless disputes and conflicts, even severing good karmic connections. A single kind word is like a healing medicine. It can warm the heart, resolve conflicts, and bring harmony. In the Sutra of Radiance, the Buddha teaches that sound is a Buddha activity. The words we speak are not merely the transmission of information, but also the propagation of the Dharma. Master Kasyapa practiced Buddhist deeds through his voice and used kind speech to help beings attain liberation. The Avatamsaka Sutra states that all sentient beings inherently possess the wisdom and virtuous characteristics of the Tathagata. However, due to deluded thoughts and attachments, they fail to attain right enlightenment. Venerable Kasyapa is precisely the skillful means who helps sentient beings dispel delusory attachments, manifesting the wisdom and virtues of the Tathagata. Through praise and encouragement, we can inspire others' self-confidence and potential, helping them move toward success and happiness. The merits of Venerable Kasyapa are equally inconceivable. The sutras record that in the future, sentient beings will relinquish their physical forms and receive wondrous transformations, and the words they utter will bring joy to all who will accept, believe, and practice them faithfully. The attainment of Buddhahood in the future, called Desi Ben Kai, signifies the third great merit and virtue of wisdom. This means that through the empowerment of a strict teacher, we not only acquire excellent eloquence, but also gain the skillful means in our future Buddhahood, enabling us to speak without hindrance and liberate sentient beings. The fourth is the physical teacher. The Buddha taught us that a physical teacher treats others with proper demeanor and respectful posture. This is an indispensable, crucial method in the practice. The body is not only a tool for practice, but also a vessel that carries the Dharma. By maintaining physical cleanliness and neatness, dressing appropriately, and exhibiting graceful behavior, we not only demonstrate respect for others, but also embody a solemn attitude towards our own spiritual practice. A proper appearance not only leaves a good impression on others, but also constantly reminds oneself to maintain mindfulness, diligently cultivate practice, and stay away from laziness and distraction. The Shurangama Sutra states, "Abandoning the mind is the precept. From precepts arises concentration. From concentration generates wisdom." Consciousness is indeed an important method of abandoning the mind. By regulating our conduct and demeanor, we can reduce the arising of deluded thoughts, making the mind more focused and laying a solid foundation for the practice of meditation. Dhyana. The teacher of the body is not merely about external appearance. Rather, it is through external dignity that one relinquishes the mind inwardly, achieving the unity of body and mind and reaching a higher state of practice. This practice of harmonizing internal and external cultivation can help us gradually free ourselves from afflictions and attachments, progressing toward the path of liberation. The merit of one's lineage is inconceivable, and its karmic retribution is profound and vast. The sutras record that in the future, sentient beings who abandon their old selves and uphold their true selves will attain a proper and upright body, a body that grows large, and a body that is respected by all. Future Buddhahood is like a great banyan tree, with no one capable of seeing its top. This is called the fourth great merit and virtue. This means that through the practice of cultivation related to one's physical existence, we can not only attain a well-proportioned and beautiful body form, but also, upon becoming a Buddha in the future, manifest a majestic and dignified physical appearance that commands respect and admiration. This merit and virtue are not limited to this present life, but extend through countless rebirths until ultimate Buddhahood is attained. The fifth is the teacher of the mind, who treats others with a sincere heart. The Buddha taught us to dispel all falsehoods and deceit, to transform others with sincere emotions, to earn trust with a genuine attitude, and to help others with kind intentions. The Platform Sutra of the Six Patriarchs states, "Clinging to the mind is the place of practice. The true mind is the fundamental basis of cultivation. Only by treating others with sincerity can one earn their trust and respect, establish good interpersonal relationships, and achieve success in one's endeavors." The heart's poetry can be regarded as the foundation of the aforementioned four types of giving. Without a sincere heart, giving through the eyes, offering a kind and pleasant expression, enhancing the gaze, and physical giving will all lose their luster and degenerate into mere hollow performances. Only by cultivating a heart of utmost sincerity and supreme goodness in performing virtuous deeds can one truly accumulate merit and receive boundless blessings. Faith in the teacher arises from heartfelt compassion and care. It is the pure light that emerges after abandoning selfish desires and impure thoughts. This is not merely a simple action, but a form of reverent precept, a profound understanding and respect for life. He requires us to maintain continuous clear awareness, reflect upon our own minds, and eliminate negative emotions such as greed, hatred, ignorance, arrogance, and doubt, treating all sentient beings with an equal and compassionate heart. The teacher of the heart is unconditional giving, a selfless dedication without seeking anything in return. He does not concern himself with gain or loss, nor does he weigh pros and cons. He acts solely for the benefit of others and the fulfillment of others. This is an essential quality for practitioners and the cornerstone for accomplishing the Bodhisattva path. Only with a sincere and compassionate heart can one truly comprehend the true essence of the Dharma, better benefit all sentient beings, and ultimately attain unsurpassed Bodhi. The virtues of the mind master are equally profound and unfathomable, inspiring awe and wonder. The scriptures record that in the future, beings who renounce attachment to the body and accept the body with a purified mind, refrain from holding delusional thoughts, and ultimately attain Buddhahood will acquire the all-encompassing Bodhi mind. This is known as the fifth great merit of the master of clear mind. This signifies that through the mind seal, we can not only attain a clear and bright mind, but also ultimately realize Buddhahood on the path of future practice, acquiring the wisdom to comprehend all Dharma teachings. Sixth, creating poetry is also an important part of cultivating oneself and nurturing virtue. Creating poetry refers to the act of relinquishing one's seat, status, and even reputation to others. The Buddha teaches us to uphold a heart of humility and politeness, to respect others, to avoid being entangled in the pursuit of fame and profit, and not to be attached to material pleasures. In daily life, offering one's seat is a common act of courtesy. Giving up your seat on the bus to the elderly, pregnant women, or those with limited mobility is not only a noble virtue, but also a manifestation of spiritual practice. In the workplace, giving opportunities to those more capable is both a wise act and a manifestation of compassionate heart. In the chapter on the practices and vows of Samantabhadra, Bodhisattva Samantabhadra aspires to be reborn in the Pure Land through 10 great vows, among which always accommodating sentient beings embodies the essence of practice. Through humility and courteous yielding, we can diminish the heart of arrogance, cultivate the thought of compassion, and establish excellent karmic connections with all sentient beings. Practice is not merely a material offering, but also a form of spiritual humility and respect. He embodies our care for the needs of others and recognition of their value. Such acts of humility and forbearance can dissolve barriers between people and establish harmonious and amicable relationships. Composing poetry is an effective method for cultivating compassion. When we see others in need of help, being willing to voluntarily give up our seat, status, or reputation requires us to have a compassionate heart. This kind of compassion can inspire the innate goodness within us. Let us become more attentive to the suffering of others and more willing to make sacrifices for their sake. Enlightenment is an indispensable path for practitioners of the Bodhisattva's way. Bodhisattvas take benefiting sentient beings as their own responsibility. They not only provide material assistance, but also offer spiritual solace to all beings. Through attaining enlightenment, we can learn the compassionate spirit of the Bodhisattva and gradually grow into a qualified Bodhisattva practitioner. The merit of attaining enlightenment is equally inconceivable and worthy of praise. The Buddhist scripture states that those who in the future abandon and protect their bodies will often receive noble reverence and blessings. They will attain Buddhahood and receive the lion's reign of Dharma. These are the 6 great fortunes of the Wisdom King. This signifies that through composing poetry, we can not only attain honorable status and enjoyments, but also, in the future when realizing Buddhahood, obtain the Dharma seat of poetry, fearlessly teach the Dharma among the masses, and awe the hordes of demons. 7th is the stanza on the dwelling, which is also key to creating a quiet, peaceful, and tranquil environment. The poem about the dwelling refers to receiving visiting guests in a clean and orderly residence. The Buddha teaches us to cherish the environment, maintain cleanliness, and create a comfortable and pleasant atmosphere to welcome others, allowing guests to feel the warmth of being at home. In the Dharma, the external environment often reflects the inner tranquility of the mind. A clean and tidy room not only brings comfort to the body and mind, but also reflects the owner's care and sincerity. This is not merely a simple cleaning task, but a form of respect and care towards the visitors. The Western Pure Land depicted in the Amitabha Sutra is the epitome of purity and dignity, and the Buddha shooter is precisely the beginning of our creation of a pure and dignified realm. By diligently cleaning and carefully organizing our rooms, we not only purify our own minds, but also create a harmonious living environment, bringing peace and joy to ourselves and others. The practice of monastery cleaning is not merely about tidying up. It is a form of cultivation, a respect for the environment, and a reverence for all life. He reminds us to maintain clear and mindful awareness at all times, to pay attention to every detail around us, and to use our hands to create a better world. Feng Shui is an effective method for purifying the mind. When we focus on cleaning and organizing, we can temporarily set aside worries and distractions, allowing the mind to return to a state of calm. This focused state can help us better understand ourselves and discover the inner purity and light. The merits of Brahma-like qualities are equally inconceivable and inspire a deep yearning in the heart. The Buddhist scriptures record that when a person renounces and guards the body, they naturally attain a celestial palace or dwelling. Attaining Buddhahood in the future and truly obtaining the precious lotus throne is called the seventh great merit and virtue. Through this method, by practicing the defense technique, we can not only obtain a comfortable and peaceful dwelling, but also, upon attaining Buddhahood in the future, receive the lotus seat with pure body and mind, free from worldly attachments. These 7 kinds of unobstructed non-failure, though seemingly simple, embody profound Buddhist power. They not only help us accumulate merit, but also elevate our moral character, purify our mind, and ultimately lead us toward liberation. The true essence of dana lies in relinquishing self-attachment and treating all sentient beings with compassion. Whether it is the gift of the talented or the gift of the untalented, it should be offered with a pure heart, without seeking reward or harboring expectations. Only in this way can one truly accumulate merit and receive blessings. The Diamond Sutra states, "All conditioned phenomena are like a dream, an illusion, a bubble, a shadow, like dew or a flash of lightning. Thus should one perceive them." Generosity is also a conditioned phenomenon. We should not cling to its form or results, but instead view everything with the wisdom of emptiness. May we all be guided by the Buddha's teachings, actively practice kindness and virtue, cultivate merit and blessings, and ultimately realize enlightenment, attaining Buddhahood. May we all cultivate a compassionate heart toward all sentient beings, helping them to be free from suffering and attain happiness, and guiding them toward the light. May we all possess a heart of wisdom, see through all illusions, realize the true suchness, and attain eternal bliss. Namo Amida Buddha.